So, welcome back once again. This is going to be another viewer analysis game. Today we're going to be following through Flaming Kitty playing Rama. Now, they sent this one in and we're going to go over what they said. How do you think you played? I think I played okay in the early game, but getting into mid-game I feel my play fell off. Okay. What aspects of the game did you struggle with? Mid-game Hunter duels and team fights, and generally playing Hunter as it's not something I often play. Okay. What aspects of the game do you feel comfortable with? Laning phase, and early game. Alright, cool. This game was 37 minutes long, 3, 6, and 6. They're currently in Silver 5. So, we'll watch through from Rama's point of view and see how this one plays out. Just a quick update on the HUD, because I've not done that yet. Silly Hindu, it's silly. There we go. Everything's updated, you can see the whole team. So, going to be following along with Flaming Kitty. Now, right at the start of the game, you have Death's Toll, and you're going for the standard AD carry build of Devour's Gauntlets. All good things. Now, the one thing to note is that you mentioned that the Hunter trades didn't go in your favour. Now, most of the time, you really shouldn't be trading with the Hunter anyway. There's no reason to trade with them unless it's in a minion wave. Other than that, trading is pointless to an extent. You can put yourself at a disadvantage, or you can't get a pick. Good defensive positioning at the start, though, so that you're going to be able to abuse that straight away, and that's going to really help you out. The first auto attack of the game confirms you will win the game. We all know this deep down. So you said you don't really struggle in the early game, but it's when you got to mid-game. So we'll have a look at the mid-game overall. Oh, whoa, that was not a good start overall. The fast pull. You left the lane a little bit too early. Trying to reset, you're going to be left in a bad spot. You're in a lot of trouble now. But you should be able to sustain back up. Now play very, very safe here now. You should not be walking too far up into the creep wave, because you'll take a lot of poke damage for free. Just use your auras. You may actually base then. So you are left 2v1. He's actually going to be missing some experience from that one. Just focus on farming. Good poke. Good free poke. If he's going to stand there like that, you smash him in the face. That was nice. Look for a bit of aggression because you've got minion wave build up. Good move backwards away from the shockwave. Try not to stand right in the minions. Standing right in the minions gets you a soul beautiful to the face sometimes, and that's not a nice thing you want. Back up again. Good. Now remember, even though you're level 5 right now, your mir's only level 4, so you can go aggressive on your own, but you just got to watch your positioning for the most part. If you clear those minions, you can look for some aggression here, but you might not get too much out of it. That was a great wall, but unfortunately nothing else comes of it. Backing up again. Pretty much basic laning phase so far. So the supports, your support has stayed, which means you're able to put tower pressure on. This is a good call if your support's not going to leave. That was good. You're not really making too many mistakes here. You're not not overextending too much or anything like that. So good poke again, and good backing away once more. No reason to trade. Should be looking to base soon, because we need to start using our Devour's Gauntlets and get them online. Because I believe you only need 1400 gold to get your Devour's Gauntlets online, or 1450 I think it is. So you should be basing sooner rather than later. Now, your decision to base there was not a good decision, because now you're going to miss a full minion wave of experience to the tower. When you originally pushed to base, you probably should have gone to base, got your Devour's Gauntlets, and then come to lane. Sorry, then gone to your blue buff. Sorry, come to lane, cleared the wave again, then done your blue buff. Instead, you chose to do your blue, and in doing so, at the time you went back, you're going to miss a full minion wave of experience. The good news is that your mayor's going to be back in time to soak that experience up, but you've lost yourself free experience in the lane. That's a big key. Don't lose experience, recall at the right time.
Slow down.
So Dev Gauntlets online and boots. We're doing fine for now. We're poking under the tower now. A bit risky, but you know you've got your mirror behind you. There's really, really good poke. Really good poke under the tower. You really punished him for that. That was good. What are we doing now? What are we doing? We're going to try and dive this right now, or we're feeling safe to dive? That's why I'm pausing, because I'm like, bit risky. I guess if you get 1-2 more hits off, if the Ymir goes in, you could make a play and pick him up with your ultimate. It's possible. The longer you're overextended, though, is the more chance you get rotated on. And good teams will do that against you. Oh no! One hit wonder! Good decision not to just keep going aggressive, though. Good poke, good poke, good poke. You're doing fine so far. You've not done anything wrong in this lane at all. Ooh, you get the kill from that. We'll watch that one back again. Just to see how your snipes are. Bit more patient. They were good snipes, but be a bit more patient. You don't have to spam them as quick. Would have confirmed all three. Back to farming again. Now we're overextended here again. We're on our own this time round, and now we're being too aggressive in my opinion. You probably don't need to be here right now. You've got 1100 gold in the bank. You could go back and get boots 2 for the 700 gold. Then also look at getting beads or sprint 1 online if you so wish to start working on your actives as well. There's no reason for you to be here right now. By the time you've done that, you will also be back in lane for the next minion wave of experience. So you're not losing any experience here. Are you going to be able to kill him here? No. Are you going to be able to kill the tower here? No. All you're really doing is putting free poke on him, and the fact of the matter is he is Apollo, and he's also going for Devourer's Gauntlets, which means he's going to have more. He's also going to have the sustain to heal this back up. So it's kind of a bit of a waste of time here. Now you get aggressed and get pushed away from the lane, and now you get a 4-minion wave to clear up. You can't base just yet. If we're going to say for boots, for Warrior Tabby, that's fine too. Careful how far we're pushing up. We don't have wall coverage either. Like, this is another thing. We don't have any wall coverage, and we are very, very pushed up right now. You're confident because the early trades went well, but it's just overconfidence is the big problem here right now. And you're going to take poke from the minions. Those archers are hitting you at the same time, and that's why you're losing that trade to an extent. But now we're looking to re-aggress, and we shouldn't be. We should be basing. We should probably base in this situation. Getting ready, because if we base now, we can go back to base, get our blue buff, then be back in lane before the next minion wave. Base. Not basing, I'm going to try and steal the blue. Risky. Risky, when you've got no wall coverage, you don't know who's in the area. You got no teammate with you either, so your time on that one. Now he's going to get blue before you. Base, base, base. Buttery biscuit base. There's not necessarily a point of you taking the blue buff right now unless you're going to stay in lane, just because you're going to be back at full health and mana anyway, so you're now going to miss another minion wave of experience in lane because you chose to base again. Both these decisions you've made when you've gone for this blue buff have cost you a wave of experience and gold. That wave of experience and gold will make a difference as time goes on, especially if he keeps recalling at a different time.
Your right tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack.
So you've had multiple opportunities to choose to base when you could have and you chose not to, but the laning phase is going fine so far. Nothing too much to worry about. You've not been really aggressed on just yet. Laning phase has been fine. Your decisions to recall were not necessarily the best ones. Good poke again. Still trying to poke him under the tower. Right, we might be able to get the tower on this wave if nobody comes, but you just got to be careful because you're going to get rotated on by Frey. You've got no ward here either, and you being this overextended is now going to put you in a really bad spot. Good roll to the jungle. Good decision to roll to the jungle, get out of harm's way, but you should have been there anyway, in all honesty. You should have been backing up and you should have been ready for that one. What really should have happened is you should probably be stood around here right now waiting for these minions to come in, and you would actually see this rotation coming in from the Freya a little bit earlier, and you'd be in a much safer position to roll back to. You survive anyway, but you're just overextended for no reason with no wall coverage. It's very, very risky, and some teams will punish you for that. Like if Geb, I know Geb might be dead right now. No, where's Geb? Where's Geb? I can't see him on the map. If Geb's like, we're here, he could blink over the wall, ult you, Freya rotates an Apollo ultimate. There's a lot of things that could happen to you here when you've got no vision of what the hell's going on. So it's just very, very risky being as overextended as you were. That's your biggest issue right now, is your recall points, and sometimes your overextension. Good decision not to engage there. See, that was nice, just back up, there's no reason to fight. Risky, risky, risky. You did not respect the fact that you went... You respected him, and then you chose not to, and now you're going to eat a lot of poke for that for free. Now you're going to try and hang around. It's still 2v1. You just went into your jungle. You've got no support from your team here. This is risky. Risky, risky, risky. You're on cooldown. You're going to die for that. And all that was for was an arrow. You did that for an arrow. That's what cost you your life. We'll watch it back. Here we go. You went for an arrow. That was the difference. So that poke was too much. You ate free poke for no reason. And for some odd reason here, like, you were doing fine in the lane up till this point, but then you rolled away and went, okay, I disengage, and then you went, I'm going to go and pick up this arrow. She's been gone like 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and you got no cover. You're like, oh, I need those arrows, and it costs you your life.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack.
So that's your first death of the game, and more than anything, it was your own fault. Even if you had wards there, it wouldn't have made a well, having wards there shouldn't really have made a difference, I'll be honest. Like, having a ward here to let you know he's coming back, you should not be running out like you did. You need to work on that little bit of your game as well. Like, you do fine up to a point, but then all of a sudden you just, like, switched off. I'm not sure why you switched off there. Now you lost your tower for that. Now you're falling back to a tower that's not there. You're fighting him in a full minion wave, and this is not a good duel. Luckily, he backs away from the duel. Now what we're going to do, we're going to rotate here. There's a good decision to rotate if you're going to, because you've got no minions to farm. You know Apollo's missing. Focus on them, not the Gold Fury. Focus on Geb. This is a good decision to focus on Geb there, really. Not the easiest target to kill. But you're forcing a reset. That was a great reset overall. Really good reset. You did really good work there alone, honestly. That was not the easiest thing in the world to do. Geb wants to kill him. Now punish him. Oh, no, 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 no. You had him dead to rights then, right? This was good. Your poke was good. I guess you didn't have to go for the kill, but you would have got a kill here. All you have to do, poke him once, poke him twice. If you roll... Oh, he's on cooldown. Okay. If you roll, you could have used ultimate there as well. But you didn't have to, I guess. Don't try and do this on your own. Why are we trying to do this on our own now? I know you forced Geb away, but your Mir's not here. Nobody else is here. If Apollo comes over, you're going to have a duel. You're lucky more than anything else that you got that Gold Fury. I'll be honest. You probably did not deserve to get that Gold Fury out of that situation. It was very, very risky to do, but you abuse it for it. Apollo comes in, and you know his ultimate's on cooldown. I'm not sure if you did know his ultimate's on cooldown. You might not have seen it. Trading the full minion wave there. Bit risky. Good poke again. You forced him out. Go get your blue buff.
Your left tower is under attack.
You're low on mana. He's semi-low on mana too. We're pushing up again with no ward. Well, we've got some ward coverage this time, okay. But you've not got the angle of here right now. If you do go aggressive here, you've not got the angle of here. You do have wards rotations from mid lane, but you don't have anyone coming from speed. You don't know anyone coming here. Especially if you know that your red buff's due up soon, then technically their speed buff should be due up soon. And that means you should know that the jungle should be in your sort of area. This is all free information that you have. You got to ward yourself this time though, which I'm pleased about. You're going to use it. He's warded for you. Now you realise the speed is up. This is a good rotation for the speed. Be careful about your positioning here, because you need to keep your eyes open for what's going on in the fight. You had a ward behind you, so I probably would have continued looking this direction and tanked it this way, because you have a ward behind you to see them coming, and it would have given you more vision. But overall, that was fine. Good decision to steal the speed away.
Your left tower is
Now you're going to get the tier 1 tower as well.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your left tower.
Some tier 2 pressure as well. This is fine.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Be careful how long you stay for. It's risky for you to just like go back to the lane again and farm. Just when you're not sure. But you push the tower, which is fine. Continue buying items, execution online, cool. Actives, let's work on actives a little bit faster, okay? Not going for actives early is not going to help you out. I mean, against this team as well, like you're against a Chaka, Freya, a Hades, a Geb and Apollo. Now, Beads is pretty good. I'd probably go for Aegis just because you can block a lot of Freya's ultimate damage. You can also block some damage from Hades as well. And you can also block the Chak ultimate as well, which are all things that could be affected to you. Beads is good too. I don't know, maybe I'd go for Aegis in this situation, just an example. Now you're fighting the minion wave there when you rolled in. That was risky. If you chose to fight you, it could have gone differently. You farm and leave, farm and leave. I'm happy with this. You're not overly doing it. You're not going overly aggressive. You managed to get a pick on Geb here by the looks of it. At least some pressure onto him. Don't roll in there. Good. Your AD carry play is pretty good actually. It's not. There's not that much that needs work. Just one or two little things that just need correcting. You lose a little bit of experience here and there just because your recalls are a bit off. And we're in the mid game now where you said you started to struggle. Well, mid game kind of ended a little while ago, but your mid game you should be looking at farm. Right now you're fighting at the moment here for some reason when you've got a whole wave of experience, which means Apollo's free to hang here and he's not losing anything because he's pushed out the lane. You're losing a wave of experience that Apollo already farmed, so you should be back there farming it. Your blue buff's also available. Gold Fury's not even spawned yet, and it's not your job to be here and be the front line for your team. So small little corrections there that'd fix things up. You notice it now. Go and do your blue. Go and farm the wave. There's still no fight going on yet. They're all just hanging around. Now you're trying to start a Gold Fury for your team. Risky. And you're too close in. Good roll away. Now you're going to get aggressed on by the team. Stay at max distance, max distance, max distance. Keep poking. Good poke. Keep poking. Don't be scared of poking. Just keep poking. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Still at max distance is good. Don't roll in, but walk back in. You can still fight this. Poke. That's right. Just keep forcing them back. Force them back with those autos. Good juke of the axe. Follow him in. Poke the nearest target. Good, good, good. Prioritize targets. Good. All good so far. You're still full health. Now go push the wave. Go push the wave. This is the moment you're probably going wrong. The rest of the team has backed off. Notice the rest of the team's backed up. You are now alone and you're still going in. If you die here, this is your mistake. You should not have stayed around. You did everything you needed to. You've stopped the Gold Fury from happening. You've also forced them back when your team lost a team fight. What you should be doing here is leaving and going farming the lane. You've also got war coverage for that, but you're hanging. So you're taking free poke damage. You should not be fighting now. There's no reason to fight. No reason to fight. You've got a ward there too, do you not? Do you not have a ward here? Is this your ward? Maybe you don't. I apologise. I will correct myself. If there was a ward here, then I probably would have just left. But you can see they're probably going for it, so the poke was good. But just stay at max range now is going to be the key for this one. Stay at max range. You can't do much alone. Try and use your penetration arrows and try and get through all of them. Use your astral strike. Good. Good. Try and focus the damage, the tanks. Roll away from that one. Good. Here comes the ultimate. Giannis is coming. The team's coming, but they're going to be late. You still need to have him. He's still not down yet. Now there's an opportunity here for you to try and bait them a little bit because you've still got ultimate available. This isn't something. This is more of an advanced tactic than anything else. In all honesty, this is a really advanced tactic. But if you would roll into them, you'll take a lot of damage. But what you could also do is immediately pop your ultimate, and they'll focus on trying to burst you down quickly instead of killing the Gold Fury, which will buy a few seconds of time for your team. You may die for it. It's very advanced to try and do something like that, and it requires a lot of teamwork. And you have to really trust in your team. But you technically could roll into this fight here, force them to focus you, which means they're not focused on bringing down the Gold Fury, which means you could possibly, potentially save this Gold Fury. But overall, your decision making was fine there. There's nothing wrong with it. You've actually baited them into a fight now. Hopefully you can manage to roll away and get out of this one now, because you've done your job. You might be able to turn this one around maybe and get some poke off. Just watch your HP, because it's getting very, very low. You're focusing Hades right now. Apollo, Apollo, Apollo. Good transference of skills. Roll, 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 roll. Gotta use your back roll a little bit more. I don't think you use it enough. You seem to always roll straight and forward. You don't really seem to roll backwards too much.
Killing spree.
So that fight wasn't really your fault. You kind of did what you needed to an extent. You didn't do too much wrong. You just over-positioned yourself a little bit too much when you were low on HP.
Your right tower is under attack.
Also in a situation with the Gold Fury, if you chose not to poke because you weren't going to be able to do anything, you could have just gone back to farming and given it up because there's not a lot else you could really do in that situation. So we're trading in a minion wave with an Apollo, and he's 2-level lead on you now because of the Gold Fury. And you kind of just... Let's watch this fight back, because this is where the fights went wrong, and you were talking about Hunter Jules. We need to go further back than this. We push out the wave, we've got minions. Then we push out this wave, which is fine. Now he's in the one in the minion wave first of all, and you've got Ymir flanking, so I can see the aggression possibly coming out. But he clears it with a So Beautiful, and with that level lead, he's also going to do a lot of damage. So that So Beautiful poke hits you because you're in the minion wave. You've got to watch that. And you didn't manage to clear the minion wave yourself very, very quickly. It took you a very long time before you activated your Astral Strike, which means that minion wave was allowed to build up and not die. It also meant you weren't hitting the back minions, which means well, now he's cleared that minion wave, you're going to get into a fight against a full minion wave and the Apollo. You've got a 2-level difference as well. We check in with builds because of how the game's gone in terms of the Gold Furies. The rest of the team, he's technically ahead in terms of build because he's got the beads online. He's still got Death's Toll as well, so that's where the gold is right now between the two of you. There's 500. Now you're trying to fight still. The roll was a little bit delayed. If you would have gone for beads there or the Aegis, and I said Aegis earlier on, so probably everybody got stunned by that one. You're still trying to trade with him, and you shouldn't be. What you really should be doing there is trying to buy time. When you lose the trade, you get out. If you can't get out because your roll's on cooldown, you should probably blow ultimate and try and force him away. You can try and get some free damage off on him with those 6 seconds. Those 6 seconds will also buy time for your mate to rotate over here, who was coming to try and help you out in this fight overall. But the moment you realise the minions are all dead, sorry, once you realise all your minions were dead, you should have backed out. It was a bad trade, but there was, it wasn't that bad.
Your right
Easily correctable.
I do believe I slow down.
Feel like you could use your Astral Strike a little bit more on wave clearing. I don't think you use it as much as you could. Don't forget, like, we're level 18 now, so you pick me up will give you those arrows back very, very quickly. Plus, it's one of your most effective wave clears, is using the Astral Strike. Looking for rotations, which is nice. Very risky going here at this stage of the game alone. It's a good steal, but it's very risky. And at the same time, stop right now. Thank you very much. I need someone with a human touch. You're now allowing Apollo to split push. So you've given a speed buff. You take a speed buff, which is fine. But Apollo's in a tier 2 tower with a full minion wave of experience that needed farming. You probably should be here right now, looking to defend this. Or if you would have cleared this wave first of all, you could be looking at a rotation now to the team fight. You're making a call right now to go to the team fight. And that means Apollo's going to get a free tier 2 tower and then even ult in to join the fight a little bit later on. So you really need to make this one pay off for yourself. Instead, you don't even get in the team fight and you give away a free tier 2 tower from just wandering. So your decision making late game needs a little bit of work. The speed was cool. Like the moment you chose to rotate from the lane was fine. But then you should have gone back to the lane. When you realised it was pushing in. Now he's actually going to get a Phoenix by the looks of it, at least put pressure on him. And you're in a fight trying to fight Hades. Unlucky with the snipes, but now Apollo turns up to the fight as well, and Thor had to defend, so he's going to be late to this fight.
Rampage.
Through the wall. Don't be scared with that shot there. You had an opportunity just now. I'll pause it when you can.
He's on a rampage.
With this dunk on the wall, don't forget your Astral Strike goes through walls. With that wall, you Astral Strike through the wall now, you'll probably be able to hit him still.
Your left tower.
You've been shut down.
Stay at max distance, good. You can look at the Fire Giant here if you wanted to, I guess. I mean, you've got a semi-decent situation. Hades is dead, and Hades has been a bit of an issue for your team by the looks of it. Still continue farming, defend the Gold Fury, good spot out, force him back. Farm, go farm. See, this is the stage of the game right now, Flaming, where you're having a few issues. It's because you're too busy trying to fight all the time, and you're not farming enough. Now, farming is still important to you at this stage of the game. There's waves for you to clear back here overall. You picked up some in mid, but you fighting right now is not necessarily a good call for your team, especially if you look at the situation you're in. I mean, it's a 3v2. You hanging around technically baits your mirror in, your mirror hanging around technically baits you into the fight, and that goes backwards and forwards. But the level difference between you and the other AD carry is the fact that Apollo's focused on the farm already. He's hit his level cap, and his item build, as you can see, accordingly. He's already got Rage online now. You've got enough for Rage right now. You've got enough for Deathbringer if you so chose to do it, but you've not gone back and spent this gold because you're still looking to fight. The decision to trade 1v1 in that situation was just not a good call. You should never try and trade with someone when you should always be pressing tab to see what the AD carry's got. He's got Rage, he's also got Short Sword online, so he's going to win this trade in terms of the fact he'll crit more often and deal a lot more damage in this fight. So you trading here was just not a good decision. Just not a good decision. Don't trade 1v1 when you're behind in build. Always stay straight up. Now you went Deathbringer over Rage. I probably would have gone Rage first. You should always really go Rage first, because it helps out and gets more crits offline technically. It makes you crit more often, and crits are helpful. We're back online again. Notice how the farming stopped from you right now. Have you noticed this? This is the big key. The farming is literally stopped. You've stopped clearing minions as much. You're not farming your lane and taking all that experience that's there. You're too busy trying to team fight and get objectives, which isn't important as you getting more gold online. We've also started working on Titan's Bane before we finished off Rage. I'd probably look at getting Rage, Deathbringer, then Titan's Bane, just like all the other hunters do, before trying to rush for the penetration. Penetration will help you against this team, but Hades is always going to look for you, so always keep yourself at max distance. Good decision to go back in. Good poke, good poke, good poke, good poke. Nice damage. ulted. Who are we focusing on? We're just trying to focus on a Geb here. Probably shouldn't be going for the Geb. Squishes are important. Squishes, squishes, squishes. Focus what's in front of you. Good. Focus away. Back out. Maximum distance. Maximum distance. You got roll up here. Why are we not rolling? Back roll. Back roll. You still have roll available. Get your maximum distance at all times. Stay at max distance. This fight's not going well. You should back out now. The fight is technically over here. Still looking for aggression. Notice how you're only level 19 still because you're too busy fighting here when we're not farming still. Still farm on the map for you to take. Max distance, max distance, max distance, max distance. All the time.
Slow down.
Don't use your astral strike enough either. I guess you were low on mana there. I can forgive that one. And you had to prop sprint and couldn't roll away because you were at mana there. That makes sense. Now we base. We've hit level 19 still. Working on Titan's Bane.
Your left tower is under attack.
Prioritize targets, prioritize targets. Hades, Freya. Freya's in the air. Hades, Hades, Hades. Relocate, good relocation. Hades, Hades, Hades. Autos, autos, autos. Relocate a little bit more. Pop your sprint if you need to because you've not got roll available for Hades ult, you're dead. Good poke. We're focusing Hades over the Freya here. It should be Freya first, really. Probably where you're going to die now because Chang's going to come in and end your life.
I should go back.
So, there's not really much more to look over with this one. You do win the game, I believe. If it was this one, no, you lose the game 3, 6, and 6. You go. Your laning phase is fine. Don't fight. Just like in laning phase, don't fight when there's a full minion wave build up against another hunter, especially when the hunter is technically ahead in build over you. On top of that, continue farming at all stages of the game. You kind of just transitioned into must team fight all the time scenario and didn't focus on your own personal farm and getting your item build online. Little bit of overextension in lane when you've not got any war coverage. You could get punished for that in some of your games, but for this game you didn't really. 1 or 2 mistakes in lane, nothing really detrimental that you can't improve and fix very, very quickly and move on. Just focus more on farming. Your positioning so far in teamfights is okay. When you're playing Rama though, you need to start using this backflip a little bit more often. Get yourself into a better position because if you check out the backflip, it's only an 8-second cooldown anyway. And if you do invest into beads or Aegis, which you probably should have had by now at this stage of the game, but you don't have them because you're behind on build, because you're also behind on farm, because you've not farmed enough during the later stages. But correct a few of these things, and your AD carry roll is pretty good. Like, you're focusing the correct targets for the most part. Your position is not too bad. And during team fights, just try not to be the first one to try and force the team fight. You should be turning up to the fight as it's about to kick off, or just as it's kicked off, because you should have already been farming during those situations where the people are sizing each other out. So good luck in the rest of your games, Flaming Kitty. Good luck.